Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. It's the end of October. The weather has been gray and dreary, and winter in its cold, dark days is sneaking up on us. It's enough to give us a case of the SADS. Amber Withrow, therapist at Milan Christian Counseling, joins us with how to turn that seasonal frown upside down. Amber, this is such an important topic because it really does have an impact. The sun setting earlier in the day, not as much sunlight, it really does impact our mental health.
It matters so much. And of course, having mood shifts during the seasonal changes is very common, especially in states like Ohio, where I'm at, in Michigan. This gray lid just sets over for months and days like this. And it's very common to feel very unmotivated, want to just kind of cozy up with a good blanket, and feel a little bit blah.
Yes, you said it. It really is a blah feeling that we come to know so well during these months, and we're really just getting started in that season. So what are some things that we can really do to combat these symptoms and this sadness that we could be feeling?
Sure. So the first thing I really feel like is absolutely the base of mental health. I talk about the big four. So how we eat, how we sleep, how we drink, and how we socialize. And of course, eating well, drinking water, sleeping appropriately, making sure to socialize, get out there rather than stay on the couch. But our cold weather, of course, is going to say, eat a bunch of carbs and junk food, drink a bunch of caffeine, sleep a few extra hours, and hibernate. But of course, it's going to be so much more productive to those feelings of blah if we're eating well, drinking water, sleeping appropriately, and socializing often.
Yeah, make plans to see your friends, right?
Yes. Yes, and it's so easy to want to hibernate and just sit at home in our warm houses and our comfy clothes, but we need that socializing time. I think it's important too. I talk about another coping tool called the TLP. So remembering or assessing of whether or not things are temporary, long-term, or permanent. Fortunately, fall and winter is temporary. Some will disagree with me, right? Some people just love the fall, love the winter. I'm not so much that. And so for me and so many others, remembering that this cold weather, this gray lid is temporary. So making plans for these cold months, having some fun winter activities, going to the zoo, maybe planning a trip for the long February month, or even planning ahead for our spring and summer, getting in those camping schedules and reservations, just anything to help us remember this blah, this cold, this gray is not forever.
And we have something to look forward to. I love having something to look forward to.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and then the other thing, we want to make sure that we're taking care of our health. So there's some easy things that we can do in addition to what you talked about, drinking, eating well, sleeping appropriately. Some vitamins can give us an extra lift too.
Yes. All of us in these states, we need a little bit of that extra vitamin D. We're not getting as much of that sunlight as we like. So making sure to find a good multivitamin that you like. I even really enjoy one of those UV lamps in the morning just so I can at least feel the warmth of the sun that I miss so much. But of course, again, like having a good multivitamin can truly make such a difference.
And I do want to mention quickly, though, for folks, there might be a point where, you might need a little extra support. What are some signs that people need to look for?
So making sure to be mindful of, is it switching from blah to depression? So looking to see, are these feelings, are they prolonged? Are they happening for weeks at a time? Is it getting to a point that it feels distressing? Is it impacting my work and home and relationships? And certainly in that case, that would be what we call an actual seasonal affective disorder. And so making sure to get appropriate help from someone in your area to be able to talk it out and maybe have them suggest even additional things to do.
Wonderful. Amber, great advice as we head into this season that, yeah, can just make us feel a little blah. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.